What do you think about decoys this time of year? Not open fields, so it's hard to zero in on where they will walk. You ever have decoy experience?
A little bit. Once years ago, when I filmed for a different show, they gave me some really advanced decoys, and I played with them for a while. And I had a lot of friends that did. They seem to work pretty well all the time. Deer just naturally walk over to other deer and check them out.
Yeah.
You know, you watch them walk into a field, they walk to the deer that are in the field, right? Now, with that said, I mean, it's not really my cup of tea. I'm not into trickery. I'm not into carrying giant decoys around with me. I'm more into, for me, it's the chess match, picking the right trail. So it's just not my thing. But I do think that it would work for you. I think if you put a decoy out there, it'd probably work. I think it might help to have it facing you, because I think the deer like to look each other in the eyes, so they'll walk around to the front of you, front of the decoy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using a buck decoy. But yeah, I think it can work.
Yep. When I was younger in high school, I had a gig where I filmed deer hunts for a guy, and he loved using decoys in early season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we ever used one during the rut or anything, but he just loved that first week of October, just because of your comments about them being curious. They would just come over just because it was a different deer.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw him shoot one over or filmed him shoot one over it, but I know he had in the past, is why he loved him so much.
Yeah,
but they are
over calling, because number one, calling usually works more towards rut, but
yeah,
the calling wise, they pinpoint you in the tree. They come in on edge because they don't see the deer or whatever. When they're seeing a deer, their concentration's on that deer, and they're forgetting about you. Where otherwise they come walking in and they kind of notice you in the trees, especially this time of the year. So it does throw some of the attention off of you.
Yeah. They're just a pain in the butt. We always had to frickin' haul them out there, and they'd fall apart, and we had to re-screw them back together. And it seemed like we were always working on it. And they're loud too. They're all just big hollow plastic things. So
yeah, you kind of get into a trap too, of chasing the decoy around. Like you can only hunt where you're putting a decoy. You're doing this.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like I get out there and I just abandon everything. And I go off running around like a feral cat. Just I don't hardly ever end up where I'm going or whatever. I'm looking at sign more and more worried about where do I think the deer are coming from, where are they going to. If I'm hunting an opening and the deer aren't coming out where I think they are, and I don't know how they're doing it, I don't think I'm close enough. Generally, where I'm picking to hunt, I'm so close to bedding, they got to come by me before they spread out.
Yeah.
So a decoy really doesn't have a use for me in that manner because of where I'm setting up and how I'm setting up. I don't like setting up on open spots. Now I do that. I've been doing that at like Dave's this last week. I'm sure if I put a decoy underneath me, I could have lured some deer over to me. But just not my cup of tea.
Yep. But with Zeke, it sounds like if you guys have a property that's just a field or something, it's just, he says he has to hunt the field edge. That probably not a bad idea.
Hey everybody, if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you like the clips, I got 2 more options for you. 2 options right here. Subscribe right here. See you guys.